Hey everybody, welcome to Dave's Saturday podcast. Tell you what I got going on this week, not much. I don't have anything going on, honestly. Because in the middle of quarantine, there's nothing for me to talk about. So I have to invent things. So I'll just tell you stories about my childhood, maybe. Here's a fun story from when I was a kid. My friend, Jonathan, he told me that when I was in like 5th grade, maybe, I had a juice box at lunch. And I picked it up and I looked at it and I said, "This is pasteurized," and I went and I threw it away. Oh, I was so iconic as a kid. I don't know, man. That's really telling the future, because now people see like omega-3 in their cereal, and they're like, "Oh no," and they just throw the box away. Maybe people do that, maybe not. I don't know. There's all kinds of chemicals on our food. I'm aware of it, and I just don't care enough about my body to do anything about it. I'm not going to eat organic. I don't need that. Sooner I'm off this planet, the better. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. That was a lot of rambling. Okay, well, that's the story of my childhood. Okay, maybe not. I've been playing a lot of chess lately. I really like chess. My rank is really low, and I'm starting to figure out a few things, so I'm winning like every game. Every once in a while, I'll mess up, but I kind of know I'm messing up when I do. So that's interesting. It's a lot of fun. I would recommend playing chess. The reason I started playing chess is because there's a show called The Queen's Gambit. It's a pretty good show. And it's about this girl who plays chess. And that's it. So go watch the show so you get the rest of the context. And my description is proven to be correct, because it is. The Christmas season is over. It's all gone. I really didn't do that much this Christmas. I went to like a guy's house to have dinner. And that's it. That was my Christmas. That's it. And there's only this guy and no one else. Yep. New Year's. I didn't realize it was New Year's Eve on the day. It was New Year's Eve. And someone said, "Hey, I'll see you next year." And I said, "That's a stupid joke. You should shut up." And then I realized that the joke made sense, but I just never took back that comment. So he's not my manager, but one of the managers where I work, and it's not like a manager like, "Oh, go on the sales floor so I could do paperwork in the back." It's like a manager like at the warehouse, but I don't work in the warehouse, so he's not my manager. Okay, you get the point. Anyway, he said, "See you next year, Dave," and he likes me. And I said what I said, and there's probably not bad blood. He laughed at it, so I think he didn't realize how much animosity was in me when I said that. So that's good. My other boss, my actual boss, also said that, but it was after he said that, so I just kind of chuckled so that I could keep my raise that I got. That's right, everybody. I got a raise. Yeah, I have to laugh at my boss's joke so she doesn't take it away. I don't think she will take it away, but I don't play dangerous games. Except chess. Chess is dangerous because I get way too into it. And if I get way too into it and I start to lose, I start to panic. And I hate panicking. And that's about it. I'm listening to Joe Rogan occasionally. I learned that a lot of people don't like Joe Rogan because of the guests that he has on. And also because he's kind of a tool sometimes, and I can respect that. Because he kind of is. He bought an $11 billion mansion in Austin, Texas, which is cool, I guess. But I don't know. It's cool for him. I'm not going to fault him. I'm just going to say, who really needs an $11 million mansion? He doesn't have that many kids. He's married. I guess he can afford it, so maybe he could. I don't know. I've always been conflicted about if you earn like millions of dollars, should you be allowed to use all of it? It just doesn't seem super smart. At the same time, I guess it's fair. I can't really fault him. Even though it's an $11 million house, I don't know who needs that. So maybe he just lives in a really wealthy area and it's like a 4-bedroom normal house and just conveniently costs $11 million. I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, because I don't know how to argue my point very well. My diet's been pretty good. I've been intermittent fasting, but it's not like I intended on doing that. It's just what it ended up being. I don't eat until like 2 every day, unless I'm going on a hike or something. I'm pretty loose with it. So in the morning, I'll wake up and I'll just go straight to work, and it's super easy. I don't have to make breakfast or anything. And then I go to work. After I go to work, I do my job, and then around noon, I start to not do as well at my job because I'm really, really hungry. And then around 2 is when I'll eat. And I'll eat like ramen, and it's usually only 400 calories or so. Then I'll get home, and I've been making myself a sandwich when I get home. So, and it's really good. So I'll fry a few pieces of bacon. Some days I'll fry some mushrooms with them. Most days I don't because I realized I don't like mushrooms as much as I thought I did. And then I'll throw on some avocado onto the bread, some Dijon mustard, some mayonnaise, some spinach, and I'll put that all together. I'll put some pepper jack cheese, and then I'll fry that, melt the cheese all on it, fry the bread, get it all crispy and toasty, and then I'll go upstairs and I'll eat it, and I'll say, man, this wasn't worth the 45 minutes of preparation. It's a good sandwich, it's just not 45 minutes of my time good. So that's how that's been going. And then in the evening, around 7 or 8, I'll go downstairs, make some spaghetti or some tacos, because I don't want to waste a bunch of time. I made a steak the other day. I'll tell you about that in a second. And I'll eat that spaghetti or tacos or whatever I had, and that'll hold me over till bedtime. And that's it. That's my whole day. That's what I eat. Now the steak, I wasn't very good at making the steak. When I made the steak, I accidentally burnt garlic all over it, and I had to take it all out. Now the steak was okay. The garlic was not. And then I tried to make garlic butter, but I'm kind of an idiot, and I didn't know how to do it right. So I didn't make garlic butter well, and then I just threw it out. The issue was using the burnt garlic because I thought the garlic was just very cooked. I didn't realize it would taste burnt, and so I put it in the butter, and then it tasted burnt, and I said this was stupid. Now I used cheap butter, so I don't really care. Yeah. And then I ate the steak. The steak was cooked very unevenly. I didn't know I should have chopped it in half. So the edges of it were very more what I wanted, like a rare, medium rare, and the center was like a medium well done. So I had to get some A1 sauce for that. That's it. That's the steak. I was planning on making cookies this weekend, but now I'm going on a hike, so I don't want to make cookies anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing this new game. It's called, well, it's not really new. I bought this game for $175 in 2016, and then I got it, and it sucked. It wouldn't even run on my computer when I got it. And then I started playing it again recently because this company's put out a ton of updates. And this game is worth the money. Man. So basically, this game's called No Man's Sky, and this is not an advertisement, though I would advertise it if they asked. I'm getting a lot of advertisers, haha, with my 6 listeners, ha 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 ha. Anyway, this game, you go to space, and I like it because when you're in space, you don't have to deal with your stupid sister calling you every 5 minutes, telling you to go on Instagram Live so you can do something for like 2 minutes, waste everybody's time. Can't stand that. Anyway, you get to go to the void of space, and you can go and do whatever you want. You go to planets, you can go and you can build like a base or something. You can go and you can make fun of aliens. You can't really make fun of them, but you can make fun of them and they'll never know because you're talking to them, and they're fictional characters, and you're not. I'm not a fictional character, so I can do what I want in the game. All kinds of bases. It's a really fun game. You can farm, you can actually do what you're supposed to do, which is the quest. There's like this horribly complicated storyline, or it feels complicated, but I'm sure they're going to dumb it down quite a bit once I get to like the apex of the story. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I'd recommend it, but I'm probably not going to have time to play it after quarantine. Washington's locked down. Ohio's got a curfew. I don't live in Ohio, but I know they have a curfew. Why the heck do they have a curfew? We don't even have a curfew. What's a curfew doing? Well, if you go inside at like 9:30, then you're not tempted to go to a bar. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue against that logic. I don't know, but can't you just close the bars if you don't want that? I don't know. Maybe it's because people start to get drunk around 9, 10 o'clock. They start making bad decisions like not wearing a mask and kissing old people. Could you imagine a serial COVID man for like 2 weeks? He just goes and he kisses every old person he can. That would be a long prison sentence. Would it be a prison sentence? Whoa. What would that be? So if they died, it would definitely be a long prison sentence. But what if they all got just like kind of sick? Like he had the strain that's not that bad, and they all just got kind of sick and then we're over it. Would that be prosecute? That probably would be prosecutable. I'm gonna research this. Will I go to prison if I have COVID and kiss an elderly person? Okay, that came up with nothing. Will I go to prison if I spread COVID? Spread COVID on my theory is you would. Okay, here it is. This website is criminaldefense-dui.lawyer/blogs. You can get the point. Coronavirus crimes. COVID-19 spread intentionally could land you behind bars or in a lawsuit in Florida. Okay. So only Florida? So I could go do it? Because I live in Washington? I'm not going to do it. But is this not prosecutable? And there's got to be something, right? Man infected with coronavirus goes to bars to spread the virus. This is a news article. What's it saying? Is he going to be prosecuted? This isn't Asia, so probably not. Nothing against Asia, just... I don't know, my assumption is... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Police clad in protective suits appeared at the second bar he went to. However, the man had already taken a taxi home. Okay. He was reportedly sent to a treatment facility the next day. The 2 bars are being sterilized. Some guy saying, I can't believe this happened! Okay, I don't know. What? He didn't remain home as a... oh, this is Japan. Okay, so maybe he did get prosecuted. No, he didn't get prosecuted. No, nothing happened. This guy just went to the hospital, and nobody did anything. So that's not prosecutable, it doesn't sound like. STDs are highly prosecutable, obviously. So I guess if you spread it through intercourse, you can get arrested. But I don't think that's the way people are going to spread it if they did for intentional reasons. Well, that was stupid. I learned nothing from that. You know what I did learn? I learned a lesson about life and love. You know those people? Everything's positive to them. Man, I know this person, and it's like you can say anything you want, and they'll put some spin on it to where it's like the greatest thing's ever happened to you. Like you say, I lost my leg the other day, and they'll say something like, well, you're gonna make a lot of friends in rehab, and you're gonna learn a lot from this experience. Well, maybe that's true, but that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, I'm sorry you broke your leg. You want me to kiss it, make it better? I'd rather hear that than that bull crap, even though it is good advice, and I'm realizing now maybe I'm kind of a scumbag. Oh no. Am I a scumbag? Let me walk through my week. Did I do anything scummy this week? I told my boss, that his joke was bad. I did that. Let's see, Monday. I was in a bad mood in the morning, but I didn't say anything to anyone, so nothing bad would come out, so I was okay that day. Tuesday, I didn't do anything. I wasn't in a bad mood either. I was in a pretty good mood Tuesday. Wednesday, same deal. Thursday, I was in a bad mood again, but I didn't say anything except that comment about the joke. Yesterday was Friday. I didn't do anything then. So no, I don't think... I don't know. I think everybody has flaws. Mine are just super hidden, so I'm pretty much perfect. No flaws, Dave. except for my heart, because I only have half of it. Could you imagine if I was a rapper? I'd be the worst rapper ever. I would put so little effort into it. Like if someone said, "We're gonna sign you this record label and you're gonna be a rapper, whether you like it or not," all of my music would be like, "I walked into the store and I purchased a reasonable amount of bread, and I went home and I used that bread with the other ingredients I had bought prior in the week to make myself a sandwich." That would be all my raps, just to spite the company. I don't want to sell any records. No, sir. I don't want a company to own me. Maybe I do. I mean, I could make some good money doing that, being owned by a company, because they'd have to pay me. Okay. So, yeah. I'm starting to run out of stuff to talk about, because I didn't do much this week. Again, because everything's close, and I have to stay home, and I'm not insane enough to just go walk around. I'm going to go on a hike today. I'm going to talk about my hike in the next podcast. So I'm not going to do it on this one. Okay, this podcast is just going to be like 16 minutes. You're going to have to deal with that. I'm sorry it's so short. You don't get to waste like an hour of your time. Sorry. Okay, I'll come up with something to talk about next week and have a longer podcast. But there's just not much for me to talk about. I could talk about my childhood. When I was in kindergarten, I can remember the first second I walked into class. And there was this girl there named Morgan. And Morgan was only in our grade or in our class for kindergarten and first grade, and then she moved away. And I remember that I took her glue stick from her at some point, and I put it on top of a bookshelf, and she got mad at me. That's literally the only memory I have other than seeing her when I walked into kindergarten. Then there was this guy. I can talk about some people I've known forever. There's this guy. I'm gonna change his name because I don't like him too much. There's this guy, his name is, I have to make his name like something to where people who know him will know, but people who don't know him won't know, or people that, okay, well his name is, I just say he's a friend of Greg and Ryan. Now this guy was this guy, I could just say he's number 44 on the football team. Yeah, he's number 44 on the football team. You can't figure out who it is. And he probably knows multiple Ryans and Gregs. So now this podcast is longer than 16 minutes. Alright, I came up with more stuff. Anyway, I hate this guy. Now, I hate him because he doesn't follow me on Instagram and he doesn't follow me on Twitter. I don't even use Twitter, so I don't care much about that one. He isn't friends with me on Facebook. And he's a totally different personality than me. And he isn't that flawed of a person. He just has some flaws because, well, like his issue right now is that he was the jock in high school, and it translates some to college, but not at all to the real world. And he's kind of panicking. And the other day, he dresses up like the biggest frat guy on the planet. Like he's wearing the Sperry's with the shorts that are above the knee, and the button-up shirt. Now he has it untucked, so I'll give him a point for that. Then he's got like this patch. He has Vladimir Lenin facial hair. So he's got that chin patch and a mustache. But he's got a better facial structure than Lenin. Or sorry, Lenin. What am I saying? I should know this. No, it's not Lenin. Oh, it is Lenin. I'm an idiot. Okay, I was confusing Trotsky and Lenin. Sorry, all you communists out there. Anyway, the facial hair of Vladimir Lenin. And he's putting up the peace sign, and he's standing in front of some Mustang that isn't his because it had a Texas license plate, and he lives in Ohio. And it's like he's not even in front of the Mustang to like accentuate the Mustang. He's just kind of standing in front of a Mustang that's facing away from him. And that was the funniest thing on planet Earth. This guy does not know how to be likable in the modern era, and it was so funny. Anyway. So if I ever have a lot of money, I'm inviting him to go with me to the Super Bowl, because when I was in the 7th grade, I was getting bullied at the lunch table, and I started to cry a little bit, and I kept saying I had something in my eye, and they were like, "No, you're crying." And this guy's pretty big, and he said, "Hey guys," he said he got something in his eye, and then they all shut up, and it was probably the greatest moment ever. So that's why I'm going to take him to the Super Bowl, even though I'm pretty sure we wouldn't get along. And I'm also going to bring his other friends, so that he has people to talk to. And I kind of want to bring like a comedian friend that knows how to roast really well, just in case he starts to
I don't know, get a little out of hand, and I'll have the comedian put him in his place, be like, "Hey, nice shoes. Where'd you get him?" "The shoe store." And he'll be like, "All right, man, I get the point. I get it. We can be cool." Yeah. So this guy growing up, he went to my elementary school and my middle school, but not my high school because I went to a weird high school that was far away. Anyway, in my childhood, I had him over one time ever, and it did not go the best. So he came over, and we went outside and we threw the football and we played baseball, and he pitched to me, but I was really bad at baseball, and so he kind of threw it softer, and it wasn't very much fun for him, I assume. And then I tried to pitch to him, and I kept almost hitting him, and he got kind of mad at me. So then we went inside to have like a snack, and we watched the White Sox games. The White Sox games, the White Sox game. Uh, and then I think his mom came and picked him up after that. He wasn't over that long. And then I remember asking if I could go to his house sometime. We could hang out and play on the GameCube because he had a GameCube. And I didn't. I didn't have any video game. I had a Nintendo 64, but he wasn't too interested in playing on that. And he never invited me over, and I'm pretty sure that's where everything started to fall apart for me. And it's kind of painful to think about, but I'm gonna be okay. You guys don't have to Venmo me any cash to make me feel better about myself. My Venmo definitely isn't. I don't have my phone over here. Just imagine I said my Venmo as a joke. I don't actually want you people to send me money because I'm not a greedy man. I have enough money. I've got a whole month's rent coming my way and my next paycheck. Hey. And I also got the stimulus. Yeah, the stimulus passed. Gonna get some of that money. Gonna make that bank. Money. Yeah, $600. And everyone's like, well, we need 2,000. You probably do. I saw some posts, and it was like, you give $600 to a poor person, and he throws it all away. You give $600 to a rich guy, he multiplies it by 10. And the point was, rich people are smarter. Was not really the case. The case is, if you're really poor and you put $600 in their hands, they're just going to use it to pay their bills, or in some cases, but mostly not, they'll buy drugs. Poverty's a complicated subject that I don't feel comfortable talking about on my podcast because I don't want to lose any people that might have disagreements with me. Anyway, well, people who are not that poor. Well, I guess I'm not considered that poor, even though I make a poor person's income. I guess relative. I don't know. I hustle. I hustle. And if you give me $600, yes, I am going to put it in the stock market, but I'm not going to use options, and it's not going to get multiplied by 10. Multiplying $600 by 10 is not an easy task, and you could do it pretty easily if you had 30 years. Okay, just let it sit somewhere. I don't have 30 years to let it sit somewhere, so maybe I'll double it. This tweet was stupid. Why did you have to say 10 times? Say double, okay? If you say double, then it makes a little more sense. And if you say, I don't know, it's just kind of a mean tweet. It's kind of a dumb tweet. Didn't really think it through. But hey, that's the American way, not thinking things through. I know that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I could end the podcast here. Or I could ramble until I'm going to dye my mustache black. My mustache right now is super blonde. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that. If you don't, leave a comment and maybe I'll say what my Instagram handle is in my next podcast. But I probably won't. So, there you go on that one. Anyway, my mustache is super blonde and it's not very big right now. But I'm going to dye it black. And when I dye it black, what I'm going to do is, I don't know what I'll do. I'll walk around and be normal. But I think it'll be real fun to dye it black because I'm blonde. And I'm blonde hair, black mustache. Black mustache. Ladies are going to love me. And I will not show replication because I'm not interested in dating right now. Unless I meet the right woman. Which is the way you should live your life. Man, this is my dating advice for the week. If you have someone that is interested in you, and they look pretty good, but you just don't see you getting along with them for a while, how about you save yourself the pain and don't date them. Wow, what a novel idea. Or if you're like, maybe a one night stand would be nice, how about you don't be an ass and you don't do it? It's that easy. Wow, I just saved people a lot of heartache. All you have to do is make a good decision. Wow, and I'm sorry if I offended you, but I don't know. It seems like the easier way. If you let your desire get in the way of your life, then I don't know. But then again, I really don't. I'm not the guy that you should be talking to for dating advice. I have not dated in a while. And when I did date, it was not fun. Well, it was fun, but it wasn't fun. I don't know. Okay, look, let's pretend I never said all that. And here's what we'll do. Okay, I like my advice. My advice might not be good. I'm a moron. Okay, so if you didn't like the advice, then say, okay, Dave's a moron. But if you did like the advice, you could say, oh, that's good advice, and apply it. Okay, there we go. Oh, I should give some more advice. Wow, what do I know a lot about? Money. Using a savings account is kind of a waste of money. If you're not going to touch that money for like a year, just open a Robinhood account and put it in a blue chip stock and let it increase by a higher percentage than it would in a savings account. That is the best advice I could give anyone. And I know what you're thinking, but don't I have to pay taxes on it? If you sell all those shares, you have to pay taxes on stuff you haven't paid taxes on already. So yeah, you could lose some of it through taxes, but not much. Actually, I need to look this up because I'm realizing maybe do I pay taxes on profit from stocks or all the stock money? Otherwise, you're paying taxes on money twice, right? Any profit you make on the sale of a stock. Okay, so if you put $100 in, you sell it 110, you got to pay tax on the 10. If you held the shares for more than a year at your ordinary tax rate, wait, no, I misread that. No, I mean I read the first part right. I misread what I just said. If you hold the shares for more than a year, you pay less in taxes. Okay. If you make like less than 40,000, I think the tax rate is 0%. So you can make a pure profit if you just hold a stock for a year. Okay. Well, this concludes this episode of Dave's Saturday Podcast. This episode was sponsored by Winco Foods Green Beans. Hey, go to Winco Foods. Get some green beans. I did not get paid for this advertisement, and I will be contacting Winco immediately to let them know that I advertised their cut green beans. And they didn't pay me a penny, and they owe me. And I won't actually be doing any of that. If some bigwig at Winco ends up listening to this, which I hope doesn't happen, I apologize. Please do not sue me for saying your green beans are good on my podcast. I'm not sure how the laws work with this kind of thing. I'm very sorry. Thank you and good night or good day. I don't know when you're listening to this. When are you listening to this? Sweet thing. Okay. Goodbye.